Honorable Minister, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and honor to highlight the situation of persons with disabilities in fragile circumstances in developing countries. Before that, may I share my personal experiences how Abilis Foundation supported persons with disability in humanitarian crisis and fragility in Nepal. It was 25th of April in 2015 when I was presenting the disability context in a seminar in Kathmandu. Being Saturday, the seats were arranged for the wheelchair users in the front row and I was very close to them. My session was about to end. My seat twisted. Meanwhile, I heard the buzzing sound of the metal roof. The wheelchairs rolled here and there, being uncontrolled by the users. I realized that it was the massive earthquake. I immediately kneeled down and held the wheelchair nearby me to support the user to stay safe and stable. I am engaged in Abilis Foundation Finland since 2011 and facilitating the Abilis grant-making mechanism to promote the livelihood of thousands of persons with disabilities living in a grassroots community in Nepal. Based on my immense experience with Abilis, I would like to highlight three key elements that the Abilis is concerned on how to support persons with disabilities in the fragile context. Firstly, I realized that Abilis is truly a friend that supports people in real need. When it was panicking and chaos movement in 2015 earthquake, tens of thousands of people died and many more injured. The second day, I was contacted by Abilis headquarters to assess the situation of persons with disabilities and identify their needs in these fragile circumstances. Secondly, I am encouraged by the strength of Abilis to embrace expertise of TPOs to mainstream disability into development discourse. Abilis Foundation has opened opportunity to extend technical expertise to Finnish NGO and Finnish Embassy for mainstreaming disability into their development cooperation. The learning experiences of Abilis embrace that the social protection in fragile and disaster-affected community often demand the cash and in-kind transfer. The collaboration with Finnish Red Cross has provided an opportunity for enhancing capacity of Nepal Red Cross to ensure accessible building and disability-inclusive humanitarian action. There is technical collaboration to cover the disability inclusiveness of the program of Finchurch Aid, WWF, FELM, and FIDA. Abilis Nepal has also shared learning experiences of disability mainstreaming in development program and collaboration with DPOs in province and local level while responding the humanitarian crisis. Finally, Abilis has adopted flexible way of supporting DPOs, a necessary element during the fragile context. Besides its regular grant support to the DPOs, Abilis has a practice to hear the voice of persons with disability during humanitarian crisis and adapt the flexibility in its grant priority, which is in need for the most vulnerable community. In 2015 earthquake in Nepal, 80% of people with disability were affected and demanded humanitarian support, where Abilis provided temporary shade focusing women and girls with disabilities that help minimize the vulnerability of sexual violence in the mass shelter in the community. In addition to that, the translation of Abilis self-care manual in Nepali language and orientation provided self-confidence to the spinal injured persons with disability who acquired disability by the earthquake. Interrelated pattern of climate change, fragility, and the global pandemic like COVID-19 outbreak can impact the development achievement in the developing states and leave persons with disabilities in need of humanitarian assistance. In these circumstances, Abilis has supported persons with disability with hygiene kits, food and cooking gas, and cash for the rental payment for those who lost their employment and living in hardship conditions in the current pandemic. Thank you.